Hello people of the earth and welcome back to QuickSaveTV. My name is Mike and this is going to be the continuation of our This is the Police 2 gameplay. This one is an ambush mission. It's supposed to be like a hostage situation, but we were completely screwed over and it's an ambush mission. Once our guys come there, turns out we're going to be shot at immediately, so stealth in this mission is not going to be an option. So for this mission not to be a complete failure, you need something like this. You need the ferret on every single one of your operatives, otherwise you're going to be in a very poor shape. Then you need to make sure that you have... Okay, so besides ferret, chameleon is really nice, not necessary but really nice. Aimed shot is a necessity, it's a really strong skill, something you really want to have. It allows you to one-shot enemies, like as long as you have 2 action points, really good. So then you won't always be able to use aimed shot, so another good thing you could have is something along the lines of the shooter. So shooter for everyone too. There's no reason to deviate with any character. Everyone will essentially have the same job. There will be around 12 enemies that we have to take down. We also have a sniper. Now, if your guys are exceptionally good at killing, you won't actually have to kill anyone, which is a bit paradoxical, I understand. But if your guys are good at taking the enemies down, you can take them all down before they bleed out. Which means that you can apprehend all of them without actually cuffing a single person. I'll show you. I'll try to show you this time. It's a bit difficult, but we'll see. So I took at the end ferret, aimed shot, shooter, and lucky shot. Lucky shot is good with the shooter. Aimed shot I don't think benefits from lucky shot, and aimed shot doesn't benefit from shooter. But aimed shot is still an excellent skill to have. Ferret is just a little bit of safety for me. So let's go ahead and try it with this. It should work just fine. Let me also see if the camera is in the way. This music you're hearing right now is what you will hear when the combat begins. Let me see if I positioned it properly. I kinda did. Let me see. So if I do like this. Oh yeah, perfect. I'm in a great position. Hello! I should place myself over my underlings instead. Okay, anyway. So, what we want to be doing here is... There's a bunch of enemies here. A bunch of enemies here. A bunch of enemies here. And a bunch of enemies very far off coming, right? So we want to make sure that we have a bunch of people all over the place, right? And we want them to perform. How would we do that, right? Well, something like this. There's a guy over there. And a guy over here. We don't have 2 action points to fire upon him, but we'll have to make do with that. Shooting in the torso is critical. It's a really good way to deal with them because shooting in the torso, as I told you before, incapacitates them immediately. So 1 already down. Now, we have 5 turns. If we manage to finish the mission in 5 turns, he won't die, you know? So it's also an interesting thing to pay attention to. Alternatively, you can aim for the legs. The chance to hit legs is very high, paradoxically enough. But yeah, it's also a way to do this. Nice. You don't want to hide behind low cover, but you also want to take initiative in your hands. So, in that regard, I'm kind of risking here. But insofar, all of my gambles paid off. All of the 75% shots have paid off. You will be shot at, right? There's no 2 ways about it. But, you know, you might as well get in a great position before you get shot at. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to end turn in this position and wait. Xen is the law around these parts. I can't break the law! I am the law! Should watch that movie. Dead. Just so. I'm not gonna replay the mission, but, you know, this happens too. Sometimes this happens. Each one of my characters has grenades. Generally speaking, you want to replay this mission so that you don't have casualties like that. Having casualties is really bad. Really bad, for obvious reasons, but also for reasons you might not know about. Enemy has no way to resurrect their fallen, right, or to heal their fallen, so there's no reason to bother with bleeding out enemies. So as long as they're bleeding out, they're good. They're as good as dead. They're as good as dead, you don't have to worry about them. So the top side only has 3 enemies. It's 1, 2, and 3. We've dealt with them even though we had a casualty. So unfortunately, as I told you before, right, in the first, I think, playthrough, mission, when bullets start flying, you will start losing people. You don't want to lose, you don't want to start firefights, really. It's like, firefights are a very, very poor way to solve the problems. So you want to make... You really missed? That was like 99% shot. Well, anyway, let's try again. You never want to start firefights unless it is absolutely necessary. Okay, there are one more guy on this side and more guys on the other side. Let's see. So it's been 2 turns, I think, right? The guys are slowly bleeding out. We lost one guy already. He got a headshot, unfortunately. So this guy has 3 more turns to live. He fires, right? Woo! I thought it would connect. Jesus. Alright, alright, alright. Let's start moving as well. It's a bad cover. He's outside of cover too. We could easily handle him. I think this is fine. I can risk with this level of accuracy, yeah, and go ahead and reload my gun now. That would be okay. So let's keep moving. We don't want to sit on our ass for too long. There shouldn't be any more enemies. It shouldn't be any more surprises. So let's move forward. On the top we handled everyone. We still have Duval. We haven't used him yet. You want to make sure that you end your turn in cover. If you don't do that, you will die. You really will die. The enemy has catastrophic chance to hit you when you're outside of cover. You want to make sure that you reduce it at least by the low cover. So, obviously using better cover. Oof, that's the enemy. Oof. Let's see if there's a couple of ways to handle it. The way I want to approach it is I want to handle him with a grenade. Okay, I cannot reach him with a grenade. Get fucked, son. Let's move up. Killing one beats burying more cops. And also, it allows me to take the initiative into my hands. I'm gonna reload with this guy. I reload with this guy too. Nothing better to do at the moment. Oh, yeah, good question. Okay, what do leg, chest, and headshots do? Nexiano's asking. So, when you shoot at the hand, you prevent the enemy from firing upon you, making him absolutely useless, but he can run around, raise the alarm, and do all kinds of stuff. But you make him unable to participate in combat. Also, shots to the hand have the longest bleed out times. They're like, instead of 5 turns, they're 7 turns, I think. Now, shots to the leg incapacitate the enemy in one place, preventing him from moving, right? Shots to the torso count as a leg and hand shot at the same time, and they drop the enemy on the ground. He's no longer able to do anything in combat. He can't raise alarm, can't do anything, and he's slowly bleeding out. Now, so the shots to the torso is the surefire way to incapacitate your opponents. That's a good chance to hit. Okay, can you throw grenades this far? Yes, you can. Perfect. Try to annihilate the enemy then. Perfect. We're done. So, we lost a very good cop. That's already awful. You should replay it if that happens to you. We've incapacitated most enemies except for one. So we got 10. We killed 1. This particular mission has no boxes on it, so you don't have to run around and try to find them. If you lose a cop, you should replay it, 100%. But as you can see, if your cops are good shots, you can... I was shot at, I think, twice or thrice during this mission, so I was extremely unlucky, right, that I got shot. But if you play it in such a fashion, you don't risk losing too many cops, and if you kill suspects, if you incapacitate them in the torso this quickly, you will be able to basically arrest them if you play it quickly, right? So again, 3 enemies at the top, a bunch of enemies to the side, 3 enemies on the side. So in total, 11 enemies. It's like 3 on the right side, 3 at the top, and around 5 on the left side. So yeah, and you can use a sniper if you run into any problems. Again, killing one suspect is much better than killing all of them, right? And again, killing one suspect instead of potentially losing a cop is a very good trade-off. Anyway, thank you so much for watching and listening. Have a fantastic day, and I'll see you soon.